Hey guys, what's up? Stock Retail coming back to you. Today's going to be a kind of a quick one. It's not as much of a deeper DD video that I often do. I've just got some thoughts, a little bit of motivation, a little bit of caution, and a little bit of inspiration. Just three quick slides we'll do today. I just saw some things coming across the feed, and yeah, just wanted to share with you some thoughts that I'm having. Just sharing, first off, again, this graphic, man, I love this. You may see me share this a few times. I'm just excited for Kong versus Godzilla, and I think that is a really neat graphic they did, so that's all I'm doing there. First, I want to share kind of some, I don't know, motivation with you, just a couple things that I think we're all floating around. You know, do you ever just sometimes get, whether it's messages from friends or you see things out on the feed, and stuff just kind of comes together and you're like, okay, there's a real theme going on. So I wanted to share a theme with you that came to me from different places, but all kind of tied together in my head. So I just thought I'd share with you. I just learned this neat phrase. Actually, I guess it's kind of a word or a phrase from the Hopi tribe. I'm sure I'm not going to say this right, so I apologize if you're from, you know, an indigenous tribe. I'm just going to give my best here. Nahang Vita, which I learned means basically you should give your best, you should give your all. And I was kind of thinking, boy, in our ape journey, that feels a bit like what we've been doing. Like we've been fighting, we've been struggling, we've not been quitting. We say apes never leaving or apes not leaving. And so that's why that was inspirational to me, and I just thought I'd share it with you in case that was inspirational to you as well. This idea of give your all, give your best. The next one is you might have seen like a long time ago, I did a video. It's barely anybody's watched that one. It was the early days when, you know, I was a Twitter ape and nobody on YouTube knew who I was. But you can go back and you can find there's a video where I said, hey, you know, I've worked in Japan a lot, and there's this idea in Japan, you say ganbatte ne, which kind of, the concept is like if there was a marathon runner and they were running by, you might yell at them, ganbatte ne. Or sometimes people say it at work, and it kind of means, hey, give your best, keep going, don't quit. Like, keep going and give everything you've got. So far you see this theme, right? These two things that are coming together of give your all, give your best, don't quit, keep going. And in that video I had talked about the idea of sort of amplifying each other and building each other up, and that was just, I don't know, a personal principle. And then if you don't know, like people on Twitter would know this about me, I think. I've said it there a few times. I'm not sure I've ever said it on my YouTube channel. I was a cross-country and track runner in college, got the good fortune of going to the, you know, I was no star. I ran in Division III, but, you know, I got to run in the national championships in both cross-country and track, and that was pretty fun. And so obviously, you know, Steve Prefontaine is someone I looked up to, someone who inspired me. And he had said once, to give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. It's just a concept that always has resonated for me, just near and dear. You know, this idea of a runner who is pushing through pain, keeping the finish line in their mind and never quitting. So if it's been a long journey for you in this, you know, basically this AMC journey in particular, we feel like we've struggled up against a lot of dark forces, a lot of people trying to discourage us, and a lot of days where the price action isn't what we want to see. Yeah, I don't know, maybe this is meaningful to you, and just this idea that never back down, never quit, never give less than your best, and keep that finish line in your mind. So that's just something I wanted to share, kind of neat. Now, something a little more serious that I'm seeing today, last few days actually, and when I start to see a trend, you know, I've told you guys I'm more of a Twitter ape, so I tend to spot these trends on Twitter, but I'm sure they're happening on Reddit and YouTube and elsewhere also. And so I want to talk about a trend I see, and just, I don't know, word to the wise, if you'll hear me. I see a trend of kind of apology tours for people who have attacked us for years. Now, I want to just ask you to pause and think through, one, why would people, multiple accounts, be apologizing at the same time? Whenever I see accounts out there that start to almost sound like a script, I assume there is a script. There's someone pulling the strings behind the scenes when too many people are saying the same things. We've seen that on other topics before, and I've called that out on Twitter in particular. Sometimes I've called that out here on YouTube. When you start to see a broader theme of people doing and saying the same things, and it sounds like they're singing from a songbook together, you know, where there's smoke, there's fire. It's not necessarily a coincidence. So I'm asking you to think through, can a leopard change its spots? If someone lies to you, manipulates you, attacks you for multiple years, then suddenly says, hey, whoops, sorry, my bad. And there's, we know that there's billions or perhaps trillions of dollars on the line in a lot of what's going on around, Bitcoin, FTX, Binance, AMC, other meme stocks. There's a lot going on, and a lot of people would really like to manipulate you and guide you into where they want you to be. And boy, if I had attacked you for a while and then I wanted to gain your sympathy so that I could gain your trust, remember I did a video once where I said, listen, the influencer wants to influence your mind and get to your heart and your mind to get to your wallet. Okay, so just don't be manipulated. That's what I'm really asking of all of us. Put up your shield, put up your guard. It's a sad thing to have to say, but sometimes you got to have a certain amount of healthy skepticism. I was not a skeptic when I came into this. I was a little more naive and open. I'm a very positive person in my real life. And I seek to be that here among the apes. That's just who I am and who I'm going to be, and I'm not going to let someone change me. But that doesn't mean I shouldn't be wise and notice what's going on. So I guess I'm just saying, hey, if someone has shown you who they are, then believe them. When someone shows you who they are, just take them at their word, believe them. We have seen some people show us who they are for a couple of years, now suddenly apologizing, and while they're apologizing, sneaking in attacks. So, that's already the answer. Can they really change their spots? I don't think so. And people calling for unity across some communities and whatever, I see through it personally, and I think what the effort is to pull some people together in order to then turn around and attack Adam and attack AMC and sort of undermine your faith in the leadership of this company. And so I've said many, many times, an emotional argument gets you distracted from the facts. That's my point of view. And so I look at the facts of this company has been turning profitable, this company's been growing revenues, this company has been implementing new revenue streams, and being, frankly, wildly successful. Popcorn is now in how many thousands of doors? It was already just 2,600 doors with just Walmart alone. Now it's across Kroger's line of various brands like Publix. If you're over here on the West Coast, you might know Fred Meyer, and Kroger itself. We're in Amazon, all of that. We've got candy rolling out, perhaps beer and wine coming. If you don't think Beyonce and Taylor were just, earth-shattering, industry-changing events, then you haven't been paying attention. These are win after win after win, right? So if someone's pulling together and saying, oh, hey, guys, I'm so sorry, I just really, really care about you. Meanwhile, I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't trust this leadership team. You can see through that really quickly, right? If I say it that way, it's just super, super obvious. I'm being sympathetic to get you now to listen to my attacks on your company and your investment. So I would just ask you to really, really think hard. I'm all about forgiveness and grace. Those are deeply, deeply held values and beliefs of mine, and I live those out in my life. But forgiveness doesn't have to mean that you suddenly put on blinders to who someone has been and might still be. It's okay to forgive. You don't carry poison in your heart, right? There's this idea many of you have probably heard, like holding on to bitterness is like drinking poison. It's not hurting the person that you haven't forgiven. It's hurting you. But forgiveness can more mean a healing in your own heart. Sorry to be all philosophical here. It doesn't have to mean that you now trust the person who's been hurting you for years, right? I don't trust them. These manipulators, these liars, that's who they've been. They've been manipulators and liars, and they've, you say, fool me once, shame on me, or shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, right? There's a reason for that saying, but boy, fool me for multiple years, and now I'm going to come around and listen to you attack the leadership of my company. Okay, I don't think I have to highlight much more of that. You guys get it, so I'm just asking you to be on guard and watch for the theme of multiple people all at once going on apology tours and then flipping around and trying to guide you into some kind of sentiment that they want you in. Watch them too. They'll start to tell you what other, investments to be in. Suddenly they'll start talking about various other asset classes and stocks and things. I've seen that before too. So for me, that's why these tie. Like for me, I'm going to run a race through the finish. I believe we're going to win. I believe I can hold longer than the shorts can stay solvent. I believe AMC is turning profitable. I've shown you DD, hard DD on that. So I'm sticking around through the finish line, and I'm not listening to voices of distraction and negativity and manipulation. I'm just not. Okay, now this is just fun, just kind of inspiration. There's no code or anything here. This is just for fun. So I saw this morning, I guess this month is like the largest meteor shower of the year, so go look that up. And the predicted peak, that's kind of fun. You remember I did a video showing you some things like the meme stock ETF is closing and kind of returning cash by the 14th. We've got other activities like the swaps that are expiring the 15th. Wonka's coming out the 15th. Sometimes it's just fun. It's been a long journey. And so I'm not like real mystical or anything, but it is fun when a whole bunch of different dates all line up. And so I noticed that. And if you can get out and see some meteor showers, awesome. For me, the reason it's sort of symbolic is I honestly believe there's a day coming when our win in AMC is going to be so phenomenal, it's going to be like a star shooting across the sky that no one will be able to miss. And it will be obvious that all the shorts lied as we shine brightly across the sky. I like the stock. Let's go.